everybody, gang. What's good? Throw the fours up in the comments and welcome back to another episode of Big Guard Bootcamp 3.0. Hold the applause, hold the applause. Now, currently, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I shouldn't have wore this hoodie. It's hot as hell out here. A few days of ball to play coming up, but first day in town, you know we had to find a gym, and I'm actually gonna be trying out strength culture in, what part of Vegas am I in right now? Say again? Spring Valley? Got you, thank you. Strength culture in Spring Valley, Nevada. Not gonna hold you, first impression of the gym is solid. It's got a hella equipment that I'm ready to try out. Now, working out while traveling is always a little weird because you wanna try your hardest to stick to your normal routine, but life always gets in the way and we always gotta make adjustments. So today we actually hitting a full body day. Getting ready to play in a couple of combines coming up in Vegas, playing in front of some of the scouts and the clubs from overseas while the NBA is having their summer league going on. Now, don't get me wrong, we still trying to grind for a spot in the league or at least the G League at that. This is all part of the grind of being a professional overseas basketball player. So as we hit full body today, we're gonna be trying out a couple of the different machines that we don't usually have at home and come all the way out here for a regular workout. So before we get into the rest of the video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. Without further ado, let's get into it. We already got our dynamic warm-up in on the turf, but the way that I'm structuring this full body day, I wanna get the most out of my bigger muscle groups and the movements that take up the most amount of energy. And as I exhaust myself throughout the workout, start focusing more on the smaller muscle groups, making sure that they're getting the proper attention and getting the blood flow into the entire body. Remember, I gotta be ready to play basketball soon. At the same time, it's the off season and I'm not trying to neglect my gains. So we're gonna start off with this superset of lying hamstring curls, and our isometric leg extensions, both legs instead of single leg this time. Gotta move a little bit more efficient with the time. Now, y'all know the knees always feel better after hamstring curls and isometrics, getting the blood flowing to a joint itself. Now we about to get explosive and move some heavy ass weight as fast as possible. Loading up the super power squat machine, and the great thing about this, there's no stability demand. We're pressing our feet into the floor and trying to move this weight as fast as possible, mimicking our act of jumping and squatting all the way up onto our toes. We're using a lot of energy to move this shit. This is one of those machines I don't got a lot of access to at the crib, so we're gonna take advantage while we got it. Now, I've had some days where I work from the ground up, separating my full body days, hitting legs first, and then moving to the upper body. Like I said, we're taking a different approach today, hitting the exercises that require the most energy and hit the biggest muscle groups first. So now we're moving on to the upper body, hitting our incline press. A little something for the chest and shoulders. That's it. Y'all already know all the athleticism in the world means nothing with a weak back. Something's gotta keep your body stable while you're hooping. On the flip side of that, from a hypertrophy standpoint, you can have the biggest biceps, biggest chest, and it means nothing if your back's not there. Body's just gonna look like something's missing. We're not skipping our chest supported rows, and I'm not gonna hold you. This Arsenal strength row machine, plate loaded row machine, whatever it's called, smooth as hell. And the handles allow for a lot more freedom and grip and range of motion. Other machine that we don't really got at the crib like that. So we putting it to use today. So now we're moving on to this pendulum single leg hip press. This is very similar to a leg press, but the angle of the press and the way that the weight is loaded challenges the hip mobility just a little bit more. You can see my knee starts above the hip, but as I press, it doesn't go straight out. It actually goes down and up just a little bit. And we get to extend that leg all the way out with control though. Now, y'all know we try our best to keep our upper body just as explosive as our lower body. So don't come in here acting brand new. We're gonna knock out a set of muscle ups, and after we can't do no more muscle ups, we knocking out pull-ups from there. All right, so now we're moving on to this Viking press and calf raise machine. We can do this on a regular calf raise machine. The machine is specifically designed to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Elevate our calf raise and spend more time in the deficit pushing the failure on those. As soon as we hit failure through the calves, moving up to the shoulders and knocking out some Viking presses or overhead presses. See, we're starting to transition to our smaller muscle groups now. The reason I also say that this machine is specifically designed to knock out more than 1 exercise on it. Shoulder pads are adjustable and isolate the handles, controlling your range of motion for both movements. Not to do too much glazing on the gym, but they have an anterior tibialis raise machine, and that's actually fire. A lot of y'all don't know the calf actually wraps around to the front of your shin also. This little muscle right here is your anterior tibialis. You flex your toe, you see it pop out just below the knee. Not only is strengthening the front and back of the calf gonna help prevent shin splits, but strengthening this muscle also helps bulletproof your knees, force and shock absorption when you're landed. Now y'all already know the vibes. I ain't no bodybuilder, I ain't no power lifter. I'm just a hooper who likes to pick up heavy shit. That being said, my opinion might not carry much weight, but Arsenal Strength got the best equipment. Or at least the best machine, hands down. This shoulder raise machine that they got is honestly my favorite variation of shoulder raise, no cap. Tension the whole way, it's mad smooth. They start putting these in LA Fitnesses and Fitness Connections, it's over with. Don't worry, y'all, we almost done. Got some overhead tricep extensions for that shoulder stability and strengthening the tricep while it's lengthened. After this, we're gonna finish off our arms on my favorite machine in the gym. In my opinion, this is by far the coolest machine in the gym. I ain't never been able to hit my arms like this before. The standing total arm machine. Starting off here with bicep curls. There's constant tension and the motion is smooth as hell. And as soon as I'm done there, I adjust the machine and go right into my tricep pushdowns. After this, we're gonna hit some core and see what the pump's talking about. Made it over to the posing room. Good work for today. Quick little physique update. The heaviest I've weighed in this offseason so far is 208 pounds. The last week and a half, I've been weighing in at 207, touched 208 a couple of times, but we trended in the right direction. I told y'all, I felt my best when I was at 215 until I start feeling like that again. As long as we stay in explosive and I don't see the athleticism dropping, as long as I don't feel too much pressure on my joints because we doing the proper work to strengthen our joints as we move forward and as we putting on all this weight. As long as I'm feeling good on the court, we're gonna keep moving. Legs is looking high. Let's see what this whole pump looking like.
fuck out the way.
Let me say this again, I ain't no bodybuilder, I ain't no powerlifter, I'm just a hooper who likes to pick up heavy shit. I know we checking out the physique, seeing what our body looking like, everything like that. Remember, that's not the only thing that we training for. But with that being said, a lot of people trying to give me a whole bunch of different advice, trying to point out things that I do wrong during my workout. Whole time they're only talking about things through the perspective of a bodybuilder. I'm not trying to discredit whatever they saying, but we're not training for the same thing. So respectfully, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. There are certain times where I might not have the most optimal movements for muscle growth. But when I want that joint mobility and stability, making sure that I'm getting full range of motion and even training my joints in some awkward angles that we see on the court on the regular basis to prevent injury, as much as we do factor in multiple training styles, remember what we really training for over here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss another video. I'm not gonna wanna miss the footage from the combine when it drops. Until next time, it's peace, love, and happiness to everybody. Continue to stay safe and stay on the grind. Big Lottie gang, 4's up. We out.